think that the government is trying to stack the deck against us when we're trying to move up in life, and that's one thing that I think is bad about the government. But one thing that I think that is good about the government is that they keep in order on our streets, keep in order in our community, and helping us push towards success.
What I think about the government is it's unfair because it's not giving immigrants a chance to come to our country. They should let more immigrants come in and have them more free and let them come for what they came for, better life, better job, and opportunity.
What aspects that I like about the government, that it is a democracy society, that we are allowed to vote for what's happening in our countries. Not a lot of countries around the world have this opportunity, and I'm extremely grateful for it. However, I feel like a lot of times the lower end communities that don't have a lot of wealth are usually left out of the conversation, and they should be part of the conversation because everyone deserves to have a voice.
The government is terrible. They really don't know how to solve any type of problems. The economy's dropping drastically. Even though they're trying to raise it, they're still doing a terrible job.
How I feel about the government is kind of bad because the middle class and low class pay more taxes than the upper class.
How I feel about the government is that it's kind of good because of the fact that we're the only superpower in the world and other countries fear us.
I feel like the government's kind of hypocritical because they talk so much about like they're trying to help us out, all this stuff, fix the economy. Then why are they raising prices on food, on gas? That's pretty much just making people struggle more, because if they're raising food prices, why don't they raise the price of what people are making at work? Because that just doesn't make any sense.
I don't really like what they're doing because they're finding new ways to kind of scare the people into thinking that they're making laws to protect our safety, when the laws that they're making as of recently are just taking away our privacy. And if we keep letting them make laws that are protecting our safety over our privacy, sooner or later the US is going to become a totalitarian state in which it's just going to be as secluded as North Korea and all those other communist countries.
The good things I can say about the government is it's put in place to maintain a certain level of security, but then at the same time it abuses the power that we give them. And they say that we practice nationalism, but I feel like we practice assholism because half the stuff we propose is stupid and dumb and racist against other people when they don't do that to us when we come into their country.
I like our government. I think our government works best when we compromise. I think that was established at the Constitutional Convention. Hope that the partisanship that's now taking place in Congress will stop.
I think the government is good because it gives its citizens the right to vote in various leaders, and I think that part of democracy is really effective. I think the government fails in that it does not give equal opportunity for education to all students. Students in the suburbs tend to get better resources than students in the cities.
I feel like the government is racist at some times because they be helping the white people out and they be raising the prices for us black people.
I feel that the government's process is good, but the people inside of the government are not doing what they can, and it's not going to be able to meet up to anybody's standards.
I feel that the government's moving in the right direction. I think there's still a lot to work on in terms of taxes, in terms of immigration laws, gay rights, other rights, but we're definitely moving in the right direction, and we're staying away from war, which will help save a lot of life.
I do not believe that the government should allow American companies to be bought by overseas companies. What it does is it takes the money out of the country. Companies like Budweiser, that is a national icon that's now owned by a foreign company. Chrysler, that is largely percentage owned by foreign companies. We should try and keep these companies in the United States, manufacture it in the United States, and keep the company and keep the money within the country.
My generation, I think most people would think about what matters most, which is unemployment, getting jobs. I don't think people think about some of the global issues. I think that sometimes we think about what is really going on right here in this country that is central, but I think sometimes people forget that there are issues around the world that are going to affect us one way or another. We do have a government. I don't think that it will ever be to anyone's liking, but knowing how other governments function, this one at least gives you the opportunity to express your point of view.